Hello and welcome to Buddhistdoor Global's weekly news review. I'm Justin Whitaker, senior correspondent for BDG, speaking to you from our offices in Hong Kong. In this week's news, the International Network of Engaged Buddhists has issued a statement on the Hong Kong protests. Responding to the escalating violence surrounding the ongoing public protests that have gripped Hong Kong over the past 3 months, the network expressed its firm and long-standing commitment to compassionate and nonviolent means to engage with the situation in Hong Kong. In a statement published on its website and dated 9th of September, the International Network of Engaged Buddhists called on Buddhist groups in Hong Kong to extend humanitarian assistance where needed without regard to political affiliation, and expressed an intention to help seek long-term solutions that would address the root causes of the social unrest in the Special Administrative Region. Also on September 9th, the Dalai Lama issued a call for peaceful dialogue in the Hong Kong Administrative Region. His Holiness voiced concern, urging all parties to reach a resolution through dialogue for the sake of a more peaceful society. In a televised interview from his official residence in Dharamsala, in the northern Indian state of Himachal Pradesh, the Tibetan spiritual leader emphasized the urgent need for nonviolent expressions of opposition to authoritarianism and totalitarianism. During the same interview, he also offered praise for democracy and religious freedom in Taiwan, urging the Taiwanese not to become demoralized, but to continue to use nonviolent, peaceful means to overcome totalitarianism. In Hong Kong, protests continue despite the Chief Executive Carrie Lam's formal withdrawal of the widely disliked extradition bill. In Mongolia, the third Samvad conclave brought Buddhist leaders from across Asia together. International delegates met in the country's capital, Ulaanbaatar, from the 6th to 8th of September. The occasion was formally titled Samvad 3, Global Buddhist Hindu Initiative on Conflict Avoidance and Environmental Consciousness. The Samvad series has been ongoing since 2015, when Indian and Japanese Prime Ministers Narendra Modi and Shinzo Abe began working together to articulate a distinctly Buddhist approach to soft diplomacy for countries with Buddhist majorities. The event was also one of national importance for Mongolia, a strategically important node in the unofficial alliance of Buddhist democracies that India and Japan have been patiently building for 4 years. Spanning several Buddhist countries, a new study suggests that Himalayan conservation zones could offer hope for endangered tiger populations. The new research, published by the Global Tiger Forum, has identified high-altitude Himalayan regions extending across Bhutan, India, and Nepal that could represent viable conservation habitats for tigers, noting that evidence of populations of the endangered cats has been logged in those areas. The report also emphasized that high-altitude tiger habitats that overlap with human settlements require protection through sustainable land use, as they are high-value ecosystems that could help mitigate the effects of climate change. The global population of tigers living in the wild fell to a record low of approximately 3,200 in 2010, down from an estimated 100,000 in 1900. In 2010, India and 12 other countries inked an agreement to pursue initiatives to double their wild populations by 2022. Cyclists can now use a Japanese Buddhist bell to announce their arrivals. In Japan and beyond, bicyclists now have the option of adding the soothing sound of a Buddhist altar to their handlebars. An engineer and a bell maker combined efforts over the last several years to create the Shirai bell, named for the bell maker Katsuaki Shirai. The result is a custom-made Orin bell for cyclists. The bell can be attached like any normal bicycle bell, but will offer a unique tone to passers-by and to fellow cyclists. An Orin is a traditional Buddhist bell that is used in reading sutras. The gentle sound is believed to help remove evil spirits and to purify the minds of practitioners. Lastly, in the UK, a new study highlights the benefits of forest bathing. The practice of immersing oneself in the soothing sounds of a forest or woodland is measurably more effective for relaxation than using a meditation app, according to the study supported by Britain's National Trust. According to the study, which measured reaction times and subsequent behavioral responses to sensory stimuli, soaking up the sounds of woodland nature resulted in significant improvement and relaxation, with a 30% increase in feelings of relaxation among the study participants, compared with no change for those listening to a voiced meditation app. Forest bathing first came to prominence in the 1980s when it was promoted in Japan as a means of preventative health care and healing. That is all for this week's BDG News Review. Be sure to check out our website, Buddhistdoor.net, for these stories along with features and special coverage of Buddhism around the world.